Elsa, you are an immigrant to this country. How much does immigration policy weigh in on your decision to vote for Senator Marco Rubio over Congresswoman Val Demings in Florida's Senate race?
A lot, because we've seen what communism will do to a country. We've seen what the immigration policy that's currently in effect is doing to this country, the criminal element that's being allowed in without being vetted, and all of the issues that it's bringing to the country. Drugs, crime, a lot of that is a huge issue. We did the immigration legally, and I believe in immigration, obviously, but I believe that it needs to be done legally. And unfortunately, what's happening now is a lot of people are coming through that are not being vetted, and it's difficult to say to people that are really in need to not come to this country, because that's what this country stands for. But we have to do it legally. We have to do it with some semblance of order. And I really believe that Marco understands that. I don't believe Val understands that. And I don't think she's going to address the issues that Marco is addressing.
Do you think that there is a disconnect between the candidates and how they can express themselves between those who immigrated here and were under a system that was completely different than the system today? Do you feel like people are having a hard time articulating what immigrants have gone through recently compared to years before, maybe when your family came?
I think so, and I think that a lot of us are getting attacked. Like, I personally will get attacked when I voice my opinion on immigration. And it's, people saying, how could you possibly be against immigration? You're an immigrant. Well, quite easily, I explain it by saying, my parents did it legally. We went through the process. We waited our due process. We did what was expected of us. We registered. We expected our visa. My brother and sister came over first because they were given the visa first. Then my mother and I came over because we were given the visa. Then my father. So we had to do it step by step, like it was expected by this country to do it. You just can't open the borders. Every country has borders, and we have to respect the laws of every country. And by just opening up the borders, we're allowing, criminal elements that haven't been vetted. We're allowing all kinds of drugs enter the country. We're allowing people that, are not going to do what they need to do for this country. And that's just not the way the process of the United States works.
I see
it
Tanika
happened with Ellis Island. It happened with all of us.
I see Tanika nodding yes. I have to say, Eric, is immigration a top issue for you as a voter?
Well, I think that immigration is definitely a huge problem. Clearly, I think it was a very interesting thing in Texas busing some of the immigrants that came into the country illegally into New York to sort of share the problem of what's going on, because I do think that our states up north are insulated from what's going on down south. And clearly there's a big issue that's happening, and whatever is going on right now is not the correct way to handle it. So I do think it's a big issue.
Yeah, I agree with the young lady that spoke. We do need proper regulations when it comes to dealing with immigration. However, it's the American dream. Everybody wants it, but there's a proper way to go about it. I think we can welcome anyone who'd like to come to America and be a productive citizen if they go through the proper channels, paperwork, being registered, getting ready to come and be a productive citizen here in America. So yes, girl, I agree with you.
I cannot believe we got on live television and we have an independent Democrat and Republican voter all agreeing and shaking their heads yes. I think this needs to go viral. Eric, Elsa, and Tanika, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.